Hello guys, and welcome back to Earl Sports Bets. I'm Timothy Earl, and today I'm going to be breaking down the 5-game CSGO slate for IEM Katowice 2021. We have two upper bracket games in the Astralis game and the Navi Liquid game, and then we also have some elimination matches, including Virtus Pro versus Vitality, FaZe, and Furia, and then Gambit and G2. So we got a solid slate. Once again, not the biggest favorites are Astralis minus 244. So all games should be really close tomorrow. So that should put us up for some good Counter-Strike. And honestly, I'm super excited for it. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. Yesterday, I didn't do a video for the slate. My computer was having a little bit of charging problems. I think I got it fixed now, so it should work now. But yesterday, it was a weird one anyway. Vitality lost to Liquid, which did not expect to happen. But anyways, we get to jump into it. We'll start off with Virtus Pro taking on Vitality tomorrow. This is one of the 6 a.m. games, minus 132 for Vitality, plus 110 for Virtus Pro. And looking back at what each team has been doing the past couple games, Vitality lost to Liquid yesterday, which was a little off. I think they lost in, I think it was 3 maps, but I don't remember. I didn't watch that series. Today, I played a lot of Pokemon today. It was the Kanto event, so I didn't watch any of the games. But Vitality, games played 3. It was in 3 maps, so... but nonetheless, Liquid did beat them, which is a little bit concerning. It's a little bit concerning with Vitality right now, just because Apex, I don't think, is 100% there. He left midway through the blast groups, and he came back. He did perform well today. I think he was doing well in the first game, but I didn't really catch any of the game. On the other side, Virtus Pro, who did they lose to? But it was whoever they lost to was really close. No, they lost to Navi. That's what it was. They lost to Navi in 3 maps, I believe. Should probably have done a little bit more into this, but they did lose to Navi. Let's see what it was. There, it's not going to show it because it was a 6 a.m. game. That's why I don't remember. But they did lose. Navi, number 1 team essentially in the world right now, so I'm not really too overly concerned about that one. And in terms of betting this one, I am actually going to be leaning the Virtus Pro side. Just because Virtus Pro has looked more complete. They've looked a lot better of a team. Vitality is a big question mark for me right now. I just don't know where the mental capability of Apex is at the moment. And if that's not 100% there, that's the IGL, and that's very concerning. I'm going to take Virtus Pro plus 110 to win tomorrow's series. The second 6 a.m. game, also an elimination game between FaZe and Furia. Furia lost 2-0 to Navi today, even though Art was actually one of the higher scoring players on that slate in that game, so that was pretty cool to see. But Furia lost 2-0 to Astralis, sorry, Navi. FaZe lost to Liquid 2 days ago, and this is going to be their first game since then. But FaZe has just looked very complete. They've looked really impressive since they've gotten Twist. Whether or not they've had enough time to practice with Kerrigan is another story. That's the only thing that's a little bit concerning for me. On the other side, Furia just picked up Junior, and I saw he's playing with them now. Honda is no longer playing with them. So both teams are playing with not plans, but new teammates. So that's a little bit concerning to me. I do like FaZe to win this game tomorrow, though. I just feel like the capability of Kerrigan and what he could do is just a little bit outdoes what Furia is. Although personally, I really like Furia. I'm a big fan of Art. I am taking FaZe to win this game. Next up, we get Astralis and Spirit. Minus 244 for Astralis, plus 197 for Spirit. This is a upper bracket game, so neither of these teams have lost. I know Astralis went through EG and they beat EG and Gambit. I think they might have beaten Gambit. I could be wrong, but and then Spirit. Spirit's played they beat Heroic. Spirit beat Heroic. I don't remember who they beat the first their first matchup. It was just actually they lost. Spirit beat Big and they beat Heroic to get here. That's who they beat. And it was quite. They were both quite impressive wins. I just don't see them beating Astralis. Not grabbing that. I just don't see them beating Astralis at this point. Looking at DraftKings for this, we'll go ahead and look at Astralis first. 9,400 for device. I think that pricing is fine. The one concern that I have for this is that simple is 10K, and I think I'd rather go to simple. But if you wanted to try to pay up for device, I think that can be the contrarian pick if you think that Liquid can somehow control Navi. But I think I would rather go after the simple play. In terms of the rest of Astralis, Dupree 8,800. I don't mind that. I think that's a fair price for him. Zipix 84, Magix 8, Glave 78. I don't feel like any of them are going to end up hitting the point that they need. I mean, this series could definitely go 3 and they can all be high scoring, but I just don't see those players hitting to the point where they need to be. On the other side, Dexter 7,600. Definitely a great price for him, considering that he was at 8,800 yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it might have been 2 days ago. He was up at $8,800 against Heroic. Yep. And he played decent, but nothing crazy. 58 points, and that was in a sweep. But 7,600, I definitely think is a good price for him. Mir at 64. If you think Spirit can pull this off, these two players are definitely of value, and I do think that they could be on the winning lineup if they're going to be on the winning lineup if Spirit ends up winning this game. I just don't see Spirit winning, so I'm not going to go to them personally. Next up, we get G2 and Gambit, minus 122 for G2, Gambit at plus 102. We got to see G2 beat Big, I believe it was today. Yeah, because it was part of my lineup. And then Gambit lost recently. Sorry, a bunch of games, so I can't remember every single last one of them. They beat Heroic, but he was not on the slate. This was a 6 a.m. game, might have been. So they've looked decent. Obviously, they had the loss in there. That's why they're in the losers bracket. Who did Gambit just lose to? They lost to G2. They lost to EG in the beginning. That's what it was. Okay. But in terms of the game, I do like G2 to win this game. We're going to go and we'll look over the Gambit players first. 9K for Shiro. I just feel like that's a little bit too expensive, especially when Device is up there and Simple's up there. I'd rather pay up for those two than go to Shiro. Axel 7,200 is a fair price. I do like that one as a mid-range. Hobbit at 68 I feel like could be a fair price as well. And then Nafami and Interns I'm not really too interested in. On the flip side with G2, Nico 8,200, way too cheap. I remember when Nico used to be up at the 10 grand range with Zywoo and Simple and Device and up there. 8,200 for the 4th best player in the world. That one is a plug and play for me. I just feel like there's no reason why Nico should be that cheap. Hunter 7,400, another player. I just think that that's just too cheap for him. I think he should be up in the 8K range. So going after Hunter is definitely going to be another play for me. Kenny 7K, I think that's all right. Nexa 68 and Almanax 54. Almanac, I'm a believer in Almanac. He's 100% the definition of a GPP play because at any point he could pull off a crazy performance like a 76. He's not going to do it every day, but he definitely has the potential of being the top fragger on the server. He's an entry fragger, and he is a mad lad. He is just he makes those plays that if they work, he's a freaking genius. If they don't, he looks like a freaking idiot. But Almanac is definitely one of those GPP plays that I do think could be interesting for tomorrow. And for this one, I am taking G2 to win the game. I just feel like they're going to be able to take it. Last but not least, we get another rematch of Navi and Liquid. And I feel like Navi is just too dominant right now to lose. Looking at the prices for the players, Elige 7K, way too cheap. He should be up at 8K plus. Even though he's against Navi, Team Liquid has beaten Navi before. There's no reason why they can't do it again. I don't see it happening, but I feel like Elige can definitely be a contrarian play. NAF 6600. Again, way too cheap. I feel like you could put those two guys together and it could be just a crazy good lineup. It could just be good value plays. And then Fallen, Grim, Stewie, not really too interested in those. I just don't feel like they're GPP plays, but I'm not going to be interested in them tomorrow. On the Navi side, Simple at 10K is definitely going to be one of my plays for tomorrow. He's just kind of a plug and play, just like Nico. That's going to be my core tomorrow. Nico, Hunter, and Simple. Not sure who's going where, but I definitely like those three guys for tomorrow. Electronic 8600, I definitely think that's a good price for him. I don't think I want to go to him at 8600. I feel like that's a little bit high for going after him when I can go after Nico, or I can go after like other guys in that range. But I definitely think that's a fair price. Perfecto, Boomage, and then Flamey. I'm just not interested in going after any of those guys. They're normally not that good for scoring, and I can normally go elsewhere and get better value. Take Almanac, for example, at 5,400. I'd rather go there than to go to Flamey. I feel like more times Almanac will have a better game than Flamey, but I feel like the best plays. Well, let's go over the best plays for this one. Simple will definitely be one of my favorite plays from this game. Elige and NAF from this game is another like weird that they're that cheap play. And the only reason I would play him is for the value. For Spirit, Dexter, and Mir are definitely good plays. Device is probably the only guy I'm going to be interested from Astralis just because they're too expensive. Axel would be the best play from Gambit, and then I really like Nico, Hunter, and Almanac from G2. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new. Link to all of our socials will be in the description below. Go ahead and check those out. And until next time, let's watch some good Counter-Strike and let's make some money.